Hello everyone, welcome to Sidemi. This is DevOps Module 2. In this class, we are going to talk about software development lifecycle. Okay. So what I'll do, I'll give one simple example so that I can explain you better. You know, right, in India, we have an application called IRCTC, correct? So by using this application, we can book train tickets in India, right? There is an application. Earlier, we don't have this application, correct? Earlier, we used to go to reservation counters. We used to stand in queues, correct? We used to face so many problems. Now, what we can do by using this application, we can book tickets through online. By sitting here itself, I can book train ticket. I can pay money by using, through online, I can do the payment as well as I can get printout by sitting here itself. Correct or not? So just assume we don't have this application as of now. Just assume. Now suddenly one railway minister, he got an idea. Hey, why can't we create this application so that my citizens of India should be able to book tickets through online itself. Thing is that they should not visit our reservation counters. So this is railway minister. So he got an idea. Is a railway minister. Now, so if he want, can he create any application? Can he create this IRCTC application? No, he can't create because he is not a technical guy. He is good at politics, but he is not good at technology, right? So that's why what he is going to do, he is going to talk to one IT company. Okay, just assume he is an IT manager. He is an IT manager. Now this railway ministry is going to talk to IT manager. Hey IT manager, I want this kind of application. You please create this application and give it to me. I'll give money to you. That is a simple business deal, correct? Okay. Now this IT manager, he is having his technical staff, correct? Who are good at all technologies, who are capable enough to create that application. Correct. So this IT manager is going to conduct one meeting. Okay. So just assume I'm manager and my staff is there. Now in this we are going to talk about many things like how much extra manpower we need, how many resources extra we need, how much cost it would incur, how much time it would take around. Right. So finally we discussed and we all came to one conclusion, and that my team, they said to me that Sai, it takes 1 year. Okay. Now the same thing I informed to client. Hey railway minister, it takes 1 year. You come after 1 year with money. Okay. I'll give application to you. You give that money to me. Correct or not? That is a simple business deal. Now, tell me, understand one thing I see here. Railway ministry is giving one task to IT company. Correct? What is the task? The task is IRCTC. Correct or not? So, this task we call project. Okay. This task we call project. Now, who is giving this project? Railway minister. So, whoever gives this project, we call that person as client. So, wherever client sits, that location we call on-site. Wherever we are sitting, wherever we are working, that location we call offshore. Or you can call offsite also. Okay. So, once this project is over, this client is going to pay money to IT manager. That IT manager is going to pay that money to us in the form of packages or salaries, right? So that means who is paying our salaries? Is it company or client? Client is paying our salaries. Correct or not? Company is not going to pay. Client is paying to company is paying that money to us. Okay, because you are working for the client, right? Correct. That's why if you are not in any project, okay, so company is going to fire you after 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 months. Correct or not? Okay. Okay, fine. These things, okay, this railway minister, he said that, okay, Sai, I'll come after 1 year. Okay, you keep, be ready with that application. Okay. Now, what we need to do, we need to start groundwork. Correct or not? So, first comes here developers. developers. They start writing the code for that entire application, all hundreds and thousands of pages of code. Okay, so they have written that code. Developers, they have written that code. Can we deliver that code to client? No. What he will do with that code? Suppose if you want to install Google Chrome application, are you getting that source code, raw code? No, you are getting one .exe application that we can install in our machines. Correct or not? So we can't deliver that code to client directly. So we need to convert that entire code into .exe application. Could be .exe, .var, .jar. That process we call build. So we need to build that code. Okay. So this is what build. We need to build that code, converting that entire code into could be .var, .jar, .exe, creating a deliverable that we can deliver to our client. That is what we call build. Okay, build is over, application is ready. Can we deliver that one to client? No, again he will shout, hey Sai, what kind of application that you have created? That is not at all working fine in our machines. Okay, so that's why what we need to do, we need to test. Before we deliver, we need to test. At this stage, we'll test in each and every environment. In Windows machine, Linux machine, high configuration machine, low configuration. At this stage, we'll try to look for each and every possible error and we'll try to mitigate that error. Understood? Okay, fine, testing is over. Now, can we deliver that application to client? Yes, we can deliver, but here we have one more stage, that is QA. That we call quality assurance. Application is working fine, but quality wise it is perfect or not, that we need to look for. For example, see Facebook application, Facebook user, WhatsApp user, every now and then they are implementing some new changes, correct? They are removing old features, they are adding new features. Okay, that means they are making perfect quality wise. Okay, so quality is perfect, it should be good. Okay, see sometimes it is not so important that whether you achieved it or not. Sometimes it is also equally important what is the process that you follow to achieve. Okay, so while writing the code, whether developers they followed best practices or not, that also we are going to test here. Okay, so here whether we added user friendly options or not, whether it is user friendly or not, and while creating that application whether we followed best practices or not, all those things we verify here. We make this one perfect quality wise. Okay. Now, okay, quality assurance is over. That's it, right? What else we can do? Okay, so at this stage, can I say that my project is over? No, my product is ready. Okay, I can't say that my project is over. Here, just that IRCTC application is ready. Now, can we deliver that application to client? No. See, client is a non-technical guy. How can you expect that he will deploy that application in his machines? Correct or not? So that's why here comes our deployment team. Okay, could be system admins, network admins, database admins, mainly system admins. They take this product, okay, they will deploy this application, this product in our local machines in a larger scale. Okay, so while deploying in our machines, they will try to make sure that whatever environment that customer is maintaining, we will make sure that we are maintaining the same environment. So the general assumption is if it is working fine, that will work fine there as well. There means in client's environment. Okay. So once it is working fine, then some part, some people from this deployment team and a few people from QA, test, build and development team, they form a group and they take this product. They go to where? They go to on-site. That's how generally we get on-site opportunities. Okay, so they go to on-site, that means client location, and they will try to deploy this application in their machines, client machines. Okay, fine. They deployed and they will come back immediately? No, because the guys who are sitting at client location, they don't know anything about this application, right? So what we need to do, we need to provide training, we need to provide user manuals and all. Okay, maintenance part, we need to take care at least for a few months, right? So that's why here comes again maintenance. Maintenance. Then after that, we need to monitor as well, because they don't know, right, how to monitor. Right, at 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, there will be heavy load because of Tatkal time, right? Many passengers, they try to book tickets during that time. So there could be heavy load. Because of that load, we may lose our servers. Correct or not? Okay. So that's why we need to monitor Okay, whether CPU percentage is under control or not, disk space is there or not, RAM is control or not. Okay, load and all we will verify. Till the time everything is fine. Now see, 3 to 4 months are over. Now everything is running smoothly. Now guys who are sitting at on-site, they are perfectly good with the operation of this application. Everything is running smoothly without any problems and complaints. Now every citizen of India, they are booking tickets through online itself. Now at this stage, I can say that my project is over at this stage only. Here I can say that my project is over. Understood? Okay. Now, if you once this project is over, what actually happens? Client will give party and all, and after that you'll be placed in one more project, and this is the same life cycle. Correct or not? Now, understand one thing, guys. What is this team? What is this team? This team we call development team. Why are we calling this one as a development team? This team we call development team. Okay, because they are involved in developing one product. Correct or not? See here, by the end of this stage, they developed one product, IRCTC. That's why we call this team as development team. Now, what is this team? This team we call operations. I'll tell you why are we calling this one as operations. Because they are not involved in developing any product. They are operating that product which has been developed by development team. They are operating, administering, monitoring, maintenance. All these comes under operations. Correct or not? That's why we call this team as operations team. Okay. Now, if you observe carefully here, the stages you can see, right? Development, build, test, QA, deploy, maintenance, monitoring. These are the stages. Right? Human life cycle, right? Childhood stage, adult stage, later on old stage, right? So these stages are common to each and every person in the world. He could be president of any country. He could be normal citizen. Okay. So this is what we call human life cycle. Same like here, if you can see here, developers, build, test, QA, deploy, maintenance, monitoring. These are the stages. You take any software in the world, you take any project in the world, these stages are common. For example, Facebook is there. Okay, for that, to create that application, first developers, they have written the code, then build, then test, QA, deploy, maintenance, monitoring. Same WhatsApp application is there. You take any application, could be the biggest application, could be the smallest. These stages are common to each and every project in this world. That's why we call these stages we call SDLC. You heard right? SDLC, Software Development Lifecycle. While developing any software, every software has to follow these stages. Okay, software development lifecycle, same like human lifecycle. Understood? So in this we have different methodologies like waterfall, agile, different methodologies are there. Those we are going to discuss in our next class. I hope you like this video. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, stay tuned and keep learning.